Indulge me. Collectors are always searching for the right thing at the right price at the right moment. After the original White Dwarf and Bugman's Brewers, I knew my search would eventually lead me to Gotrek and Felix. I started painting these a few months ago. Honestly, really wasn't happy with them. So when I finally came back to them, I didn't really want to just strip the paint and start again. And Hal thought we could actually work with what was already there. And in an effort to push my skills, I went back to the drawing board. I softened the faces, I tried to improve the skin, rebuilt the hair, because I really wanted to find the characters beneath the old paint. Because the more I paint and the more I do for the channel, I really think I want to up my game and improve my painting skills. And grow. I mean, these classic miniatures deserve more than a casual paint job. Not that these are Golden Demon Award quality, but I've got to grow. So, what began as a correction became a kind of restoration in my eyes. And I guess restoration lies at the heart of Barak-Karandul.
More are arriving every day. Word is out that the Dovi are rebuilding. Good. We sealed another serious breach in the wall this morning, but there's still plenty to do. We can use the extra hands.
Back to collecting, which for me is not really about what something might be worth one day if I keep it mint in the box. Honestly, it's all about the search. Sifting through a yard sale, drifting through eBay, suddenly there it is. Being patient when the price is not right, waiting until you find a better deal, or until that one finally comes down. I watched these miniatures for months, and one day they fell into my range, and they were mine. In fact, it didn't really matter whether they were still in the package. I just wanted to bring these two into the collection and bring them to life my way. The classic model has bright orange hair, but like the red shoes on Bugman's Brewers, I looked at it and thought, nah, not for Barak-Karandul. I wanted him a little more grounded. I mean, that's the joy of finally finding an old miniature you've been chasing. You're not only bringing home the past, you get to decide how it enters your world.
The Gollins are acting strangely. Strangely for goblins? Stranger.
Felix was different. With Gotrek, I pulled away from some of the classic choices to make him fit Barak-Karandul better. Felix needed that old theatrical energy. The red cloak, the polished silver, and, unfortunately for me, those striped trousers. Now, I had dreaded them from the beginning. Freehand with a brush is not exactly one of my great skills. But the more I work on this channel, the more I realize that avoiding the difficult parts is not how I improve. So, I slowed down, followed the folds, cleaned up the mistakes, and somehow the stripes became one of my favorite parts of the miniature. Now, I know there are still more classic miniatures out there. Between the old White Dwarf magazines that Chris gave me and my old Dwarven Army book, I have already started a checklist. So, I gotta ask, what are you collecting? Are you still feeling that joy of the hunt? This hobby should take you somewhere that belongs to you, and perhaps to the handful of people you choose to bring along. And these, they're not perfect, but they are my Gotrek and Felix.
It's starting to sound like the old city again.
Aye, so long as the ale holds out.
Our supplies of metal are running low. Once, the ore frae this melting fed every forge we had. Once.